probably 72, maybe, very early. He was actually one of the first cartoonists. Well, I wasn't aware he was a cartoonist at that point that I met. In San Francisco in the early 70s, there was a comic book store in the Mission District called the San Francisco Comic Book Store. And when I first arrived there, that was the place to hang out. So I went down there like within 2 days of arriving in San Francisco. I met Art Spiegelman there, I met Crumb, Rory was there. And I instantly could see that Rory was apart from the rest of us. And as a person, I was totally unaware of his work at that point. Little by little, I saw it very soon. He was quiet. He had one eye that went one way, one eye that went another way. He was very physically magnetic. Do you think Rory was like that?
Yeah.
Rory was like a presence in the room.
Mm-hmm.
We were all long-haired and bell-bottomed. Rory had short hair, normal-looking clothes, kind of square-looking. He looked kind of out of it. And when you talked to him, he was very, very retiring and quiet. And very little by little, he would show you his work. And I remember Crumb was a big fan of his very early. And it was Crumb who made me actually, pay attention and look at Rory's work. And then I instantly recognized what Rory was, which was a folk artist. He had a kind of naive folk artist approach to comics, which he was, I think, completely unaware of. In Rory's mind, from what I could gather, which was encouraged by other cartoonists, especially by the guy who ran the comic book store I talked about, Gary Arlington, who wound up publishing Rory's work. Gary encouraged Rory to think of himself as a reincarnation of some mad magazine cartoonist. Gary actually encouraged everybody to think of themselves that way. And he literally would assign different underground cartoonists different Mad Magazine cartoonist personas. And Rory was flattered by this, because Rory loved Mad Magazine and horror comics. And like you said, the whole genre was fascinating to him. So he was very flattered by this, and he began to think that he was a cartoonist. Which he was. He was and he wasn't. Rory was an outsider who came into the world of comics. I'm not even sure how he got there. Do you know how he got literally into comics? Was it through Gary? Was it?
Well, I mean, we started out, we drew comics.
No, but I mean, the underground comic scene, how did he actually?
Yeah, it was through Gary.
Yeah.
He became friendly with Gary, and one day he brought in this short story that he had illustrated, which Gary loved, and said, well, if you do this in ink, I will, and do 4 more stories, I'll publish it, which was Rory's first book called Boogeyman Comics. So that's how it happened.
Okay, that's what I